Welcome to Grindhouse Funhouse 31 Days of Horror. Tonight's spooky pick, Just Before Dawn. 1981 was the year of the slasher. In that glut of releases, and there's way more I didn't show, Just Before Dawn is not talked about as much, but it should. It's in the top tier. It's deliverance without dueling banjos or pigs, set in the Oregon wilderness. As the movie starts, we already get a taste of what's to come. When two hunters stop at an abandoned church to chillax, a burly hillbilly shows up, hatchet in hand, slashes one of them in the crotch. Which, hot damn, that scene makes me wince every time. And one of them luckily escapes. Cut to 5 friends on the road, out for a weekend camping trip in that area.
Whew, would you look at that? 4,000 feet of granite, water, and wood.
To have all kinds of fun in the woods on an isolated piece of land one of them inherited. As they trek up there, they're stopped by a park ranger played by the always reliable George Kennedy in one of his many roles in 80s horror movies, letting them know it's not a good idea to go up there.
But there's no campsite up there, especially with ladies along.
Oh, well, we don't have to worry with a big, strong forest ranger to protect us, do we?
Yeah.
Do they listen? Of course they don't. As their trek continues, they encounter the hunter that got away, acting all crazy, telling them demons are after him.
Get what away from you?
Demons. I'm gonna take you with you.
And asks them to take him with them. They give him a sandwich and drives on. He sees that the killer is riding with them, and a big sigh of relief can be seen on his craggy old face. That's the second warning they've gotten. They set up camp for the night, and they get a first taste of the killer being around without realizing it. Next morning, they hear a girl singing. They try to find her, and when they do, she gets scared off. They find a beautiful fall and a rope bridge to cross, and either something is gonna happen now, or it's setting something up later with said bridge. Later it is. George Kennedy gets a visit from the hunter telling him his nephew got murdered and those kids will be next. Side note, I wish the DP or cameraman told Kennedy to plug that nose hair. That is one big pet peeve of mine. Before going on camera, get those hairs in those cavernous caves trimmed up. Speaking of the director of photography and cameraman, the woods are beautifully shot in this and is another character unto itself. They even take time to craft shots like this one, for example. You know, put some care and thought into it, setting it apart from other cheapo slashers that were quickly made for a cheap buck. They did it for the art of the craft. So, George Kennedy mounts Agatha, his horse, and he goes up there to rescue them. They keep having fun, oblivious to what's about to get them, when the singing girl and her hillbilly family comes out of the dark, Pa shoots their boombox, and once again they're told to leave.
Get off this land. You got no business here, Skadoot. Gonna raise the devil now.
Look, mister, this boy owns this place. Now, why don't you put the gun down? We'll show you the deed, okay?
Get off this land.
I don't think he's gonna be too impressed with the deed.
I don't know about you, but at this point, any sane people would just say, you know what, fuck it, let's just leave. That's not what happens. Next morning, Jonathan, one of the campers, goes on the lookout for her girlfriend's makeup that went missing. He sees singing girl looking at him, she smeared makeup all over herself. She makes him chase her towards the rope bridge, and that's when the killer makes their first real contact with one of the campers, and it doesn't go well.
Oh! Jesus! No! Oh, no!
From then on, do they get picked off one by one? It's an early 80s slash movie, of course they do, but I'll let you discover by yourself how it goes down. I like the slow burn aspect of it. It's not a slash and dash right away. The tension and dread is built throughout. You get the feeling they're always observed no matter what they do. You'll get a lot of, do you hear this? I swear I saw something. They play a lot with misdirections, the sound you hear, and the darkness of the woods. Worth mentioning is the atmospheric droney score by Brad Fiedel, one of his early works, best known for his Terminator scores. It definitely adds to the mood. That eerie whistling we hear throughout is a reference to the rescue whistle one of the campers wear around his neck. Also, what helps a lot is the casting choices. Good actors all around. Gregg, who was at the beginning of his acting career and is the most well-known in the bunch, is still very active today. Most of the time in slasher movies, the acting is not so much what they concentrate on, but the gruesome kills that will get butts in the seats. They're just bags of meat waiting to get sliced, but in Just Before Dawn, you care for all their fates, even through all the stupid decisions they make, and so many warnings they were given to them. Two thoughts went through my mind with the ending. Number one is, do something, you fuck, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. And number two, that is a badass chick. Deborah Benson is not mentioned enough in the Who's the Best Final Girls in Horror Movies conversation, but she definitely has a place in it. The way the killer is handled, I mean, you already know it's not gonna end well for him, is most likely improbable, but you've never seen something quite like it unless someone else did it better after. It's certainly out of the box thinking when it comes to killing someone. Just Before Dawn is high up there with the best slashers of that era, especially in the backwoods subgenre. To me, it's an absolute watch. Links to streaming or purchasing Just Before Dawn are available in the description below. Let me know your thoughts on Just Before Dawn and come back tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror Spooky Pick.
We'll be right back.